Good morning, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started. And our first warm-up exercise today is going to be a little bit of hips and hamstrings. So if you need to support yourself, you can, but we're going to be going on one leg like this, one leg back, and then we're going to do a little twist to the left and a twist to the right in that position. And then you're going to stand back up. So what that's doing is really kind of warming up your hip joint and all those muscles around your hip, because of you twisting to the left and to the right in this position here. So we're going to stick on the same leg, rocking back until your torso is almost parallel to the ground, and then twist to the left, twist to the right, and stand back up. So you should feel, as you twist a little to the left and a little to the right, just a little bit of pulling and stretching in that hip, warming that up. Okay, so my question for everybody this morning is about a July 4th picnic. So your answers today are going to contribute to a workout that we do next month. So I'm excited to do that. But anyways, the question is, if we were all to get together for a July 4th picnic, what is something that you can imagine happening at that picnic? And I'm always one for a good water balloon toss or fight even. So I think I would have a bunch of water balloons filled and ready to go, and we would all have a big toss fest. Sounds like fun. All right, switch legs. So other leg goes behind you now. And now you're going to twist to the right and twist to the left, kind of opening up your torso to each side. Hey, Candace, what's something you can imagine happening at that July 4th picnic? I think you're on mute. Actually, you're having some beers on 4th of July. Okay, how about you, Liz? What's something you can imagine happening? Right, we're going to be napping. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting exercise. Let me create an exercise around napping, but I can do it. Have no fear. I can certainly do that. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next warm-up exercise. I need you to take the lightest band that you have and put it on your wrists like this. Okay, so you're going to take your hands behind your head, and we're going to be squatting and moving our shoulders out like this and up. So it's going to be squat and up, squat and up like that. Okay, adjust this here a little bit. There we go. Right. So far we got a big water balloon fight. Maybe we're drinking those beers while we have the fight, but then we have to nap. We're going to have to wake up again at some point. So Jill, what do you think is going to happen next? Roasting. Yes, I think that's a great idea. Nothing like a good solid roast, right? So now you're going to keep squatting, but taking those arms up in front of you. So we're going to get them out from behind the head. We're just warming up the shoulders now. That's why we have the lightest resistance band on. We're just trying to get the shoulders ready for what's coming. Good. Catherine, what's something you can imagine happening at a Fitcamp picnic? Yes. Yes, indeed. That will be rousing game, right? Okay. All right. And Becky, what's something you can imagine happening at a Fitcamp picnic? Yeah, right? Sure. I'm sure down in Oklahoma. It gets pretty hot around 4th of July. Okay, we're going to move on to our next warm-up exercise, next and last. All right, so do you remember, those of you who were here for the last Fit Camp, we did some knitting. I loved it so much. I'm sure you did too, that we're going to do it again for a warm-up. So essentially you're taking your hands and fists up across your body like this, and you're going to be doing like a scissor jack motion with your legs. So it's like opposite arm and leg are moving at the same time. And you want to get faster into it, like an actual hopping. So point of this warm up is to get our heart rates up a little bit, get us warmed up even more, and get those shoulders warmed up again. Okay, Eve, what's something you can imagine happening at a Fitcamp picnic? We'll toss the cornhole.
Yeah.
After we warm up our tossing muscles for the water balloons. Such a good party we have planned. Christy, what's something you can imagine happening at a Fit Camp picnic with all of us? No one said that yet, so that's a great one, because we would definitely be able to cool off that way. Katie, what's something you can imagine happening at a picnic? Pass the potatoes. Okay, we'll have potato salad for sure. Definitely. Okay. All right. We are going to get started with our workout here. The first round, each round is dedicated to a certain piece of equipment or lack of equipment. This is band round. So we're using a band for every exercise here. Every round follows the progression of hips, chest, rowing, back, and core. So we're going to get all those things in each round. The first round, everybody take a band. We're going to do some side stepping. So grab a band, put around your ankles, probably the heaviest band or the next to heaviest band, because we're only going for 60 seconds. All the exercises are 60 seconds long today. So you want to choose a nice heavy band for the side stepping. So go ahead and put that band around your ankles. And we're going to get started in just 2 seconds here. Everybody ready? Okay. 3, 2, and we're going to squat and very slow side step. So whatever room you have, you want to go across that space and then step back to the other side. So little tiny steps, and that will keep the tension on the band. Try to maintain upright position as you are squatting and walking side to side. Good. Okay, 20 seconds to go. Keep it up. Our next exercise will be a banded chest press. So we'll be chest pressing with the left arm. You can use the same band you have, or maybe a lighter one, because we'll be doing 60 seconds all on one side. And pause. Okay, so grab a band for chest press on the left arm. Like I said, we're going to be sticking with this arm for 60 seconds. So maybe something a little lighter than the band you were just using. And we're going to do all these exercises twice. So you can choose a different band next time around if you feel like you need to. But we're going to get started with trapping the band against your chest with your right hand. And then the left hand's going to press out like this. Okay, 3, 2, and go. So today is a strength-focused day. So what that means is you are going to be doing slower reps with heavier resistance. And that's the way we build strength the most, is really going slowly, like a slow tempo through our reps, and focusing on quality, just getting that full range of motion of the exercise and really working hard. So you want at the end of the 60 seconds to feel like you really couldn't keep going, that's the resistance that you're working with. So it's okay if you need to, next time around, pick a heavier band. Like if you really feel like you can keep going for another 30 seconds, then maybe next time around when we do this, you pick a different band. But we're done in 3, 2, 1. And you can probably take that same band. We're going to go for a kneeling row. So you're going to be stepping on that band with your right foot and kneeling on your knee. Or if you want to stand up, that's fine too. And you're going to be rowing back like this with the left side. Okay, everybody ready? Let's do the row in 3, 2, and we are rowing. So I want you to think about on this row, like sticking your chest out, kind of trying to roll your shoulders back, hinge the shoulder blades together. So as that left hand comes up towards your left hip, you're really thinking about that left shoulder blade kind of just sliding over your back towards your spine. And those kind of form points will help you get the most back strengthening out of this exercise. Over halfway done. Feel free to change the variation at any point that you're doing through this exercise if you like to stand or you like to kneel. You can switch it up at any point, back and forth. Last 10 seconds here. Three, 2, and 1. Okay, so next we're going to combine a crunch with the bow and arrow row, which we've done before. So this kind of thing where we're rowing like this, but it's going to be a crunch in combination with that. I'll show you real quick. So you're going to crunch up and then row back. So it's crunch and row, crunch and row like that. We'll switch sides about halfway through. So you can pick a pretty heavy band since we're doing just 30 seconds on each side for that exercise. Okay, so onto the mat, on your back. Let's get that left arm straight up in the air. Left arm is straight up in the air. And what you're gonna do is crunch up and then pull that right elbow back till it taps the ground. So crunch up, right elbow comes back, taps the ground next to you. So remember with these crunches that we're doing, and all crunches, really try to pick a spot above your head on the ceiling. Keep a nice strong gaze on that one tiny spot, and that's gonna help keep your neck in a safe position. And switch sides. So now your right arm is locked out straight. And when you crunch, you're gonna pull that left arm back and tap your elbow on your left side there. All right. Looking good. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're back to the side step. One more time through this round. So grab your band for your ankle. All right. Starting with our side step in 3, 2, and off you go. Little steps, slow steps. Also be keeping your core tight here too, because if you're doing a partial squat, which you should try to squat as much as you can here, it's not going to be a full squat, but if you're doing a partial squat, just that position of your body keeps everything safer, doing a tight core while you have this position. So try to just be bracing in your core as you're sidestepping. Turns this into a nice core exercise, but also really good for keeping your low back in a good protected position with the partial squat. Oh, only 10 seconds to go. Look at you. 3, 2, 1. All right, chest press again. We're still sticking with the left side. We'll get to the right side on the next round. We're still gonna stick with the left side on your chest press. So let's grab your band for that left arm chest press. The band gets trapped against your chest with your right hand, and the left arm is pressing out, and go. If you notice, you can see me here. I've got my elbow pretty close to my side. So that's what you want to be doing with the chest press, as opposed to, I don't really see anyone doing it this way, but if you want to just make sure you've got that elbow, it doesn't have to be glued to your side, but just an inch or two away from it to get that, the right muscles activated there. All right, 20 seconds to go. Okay. Final 10. All right. So next up, we're going to take it to that kneeling row with that left arm again. Remember the band you used last time? Choose a heavier band if you didn't feel challenged at the end of the interval. Lighter band if it was too much to keep going through the whole interval. So let's step on that band with your right foot. And you're rowing in 3, 2, and 1. So just another pointer here. It's really easy to do this without realizing you're doing it, but try to not let those shoulders creep up to the ears. Just do a little check-in once in a while. See where my shoulders at. Can I push them down away from my ears a little bit? Chances are sometimes you might be able to, because they like to do their own thing and creep up once in a while if you don't pay attention to them. Halfway through. Okay, keep it up. Nice, slow reps here. It's about 10 seconds to go. Here we are, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, last exercise of this round, we're gonna do that crunch and row. So take that heavier band, get on your backs. We're gonna start with that left arm straight in the air. And then we're gonna crunch and pull back with the right arm and go. Crunch and then pull that right elbow to tap to the right side of the mat. All right. Looking good. We're gonna switch sides in 3, 2, and switch. Right arm is up straight. Crunch and pull that left elbow to the left side of your mat. All right. Last 10 seconds here. And we're going in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, next round. We did the band round. This is the body round. Now we're gonna do almost all body weight, except for we're gonna have to revisit the right side for that chest press and for the rowing exercise. But the other two will be body weight exercises. We're gonna start with a floating split squat pulse. What? Yes, floating split squat pulse. So the floating refers to what your back foot is doing. You're going to be going into like a split squat position, and that back foot will be floating. It's okay if you need to tap down once in a while, or maybe you need to have your foot lightly placed on the ground the whole time. That's fine. But whatever you can do to put the majority of the weight on that front leg. All right. So we're going to start on the left leg. So you're going to put the right leg back to float or to just lightly graze the ground behind you. And we are pulsing. So you're just kind of bobbing up and down for an inch or two in each direction. This is only 30 seconds, so it's hard, but it's only 30 seconds. So really challenge yourself to sit down as far as you can and get down as deep as you can in that squat. Last 10 seconds before we switch. 3, 2, and switch sides. All right, left leg is back, and we're doing that pulsing on the right foot. So you should be down far enough that you really feel like at the end of the 30 seconds, that is it for you. Couldn't go much further. That hip should really be starting to burn. Thigh, 3, 2, 1. Okay, back to the chest press. Now we're hitting the right side. So let's take the bands that you used for that the last time. We're gonna trap the band against your chest with your left hand, and then you're pressing out with your right. In 3, 2, and go. So even with the chest press, really important to kind of roll those shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Make sure all the right muscles are working and get the best benefit out of this exercise. Good. All right, halfway through. Last 15 seconds here. Got this. Everyone looks great. Keep it up. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so now we're going into the row. And this side, we're going to be just round and paying attention to the right side. So going to step on the band with your left foot, right under that ball of your foot area. And that right leg goes back. And you're rowing with the right arm back to the right hip. If you're in this standing position here, kind of helps to lean on your left thigh with your left forearm. If you're kneeling, you can still keep that same position. That left forearm on the left thigh. Excellent work. Halfway through. There we go. Final 15 seconds. Keep moving if you can. Should be getting to feel really tough right now. If it's not, choose a heavier band on the next round. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay. All right. Last exercise is a plank with a cross body knee tuck. I'm showing it on a chair because I know some of you like to do the planks on the chair. So you would be doing a forearm, driving your opposite knee to the opposite elbow. And then on the chair, we're going to do this, on the floor, we'll do the same thing. So we're starting here in 3, 2, and go. This is a slow controlled thing here. We're not trying to be fast. So sometimes what I like to have people do is even kind of reset that plank in between tucking your knee to the opposite side, kind of come back down into that solid plank position, and then go drive the knee. You can also do this on your knees, a knee plank. You just have to come up off your knees every time you need to tuck your knee to the other side. 10 seconds left. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're back to the top already. Taking it to that magical floating split squat. Standing on the left leg, right leg goes back. And 3, 2, and just go ahead and pulse there. So some of you may be feeling, wow, balance challenge first thing on a Thursday morning. So it's okay to lightly have a fingertip on something next to you. If you really feel like you're in danger of falling, please do. But one thing that helps is staring, switch sides, standing on the right leg, left leg is back, staring at something in the distance and having an unbreaking gaze will definitely assist you in your balance here. These burn for sure. You feel it. 30 seconds is long enough if you're doing it right. Really sink down as much as you can these last few seconds. 3, 2, oh, and 1. Okay. All right, last time around for the chest press and the row. Grab your band for your chest press. Right arm is pressing out. Left arm has that band trapped against your chest. And we're going. I'm going to teach you a little trick. Some of you may know this already about activating your chest. But one way to really squeeze your chest muscles is to pretend you've got like a little straw, like a plastic straw or something, paper straw, in your armpit, stuck in your armpit, and you're just trying to squeeze that straw in your armpit. And that little activation, if you do that, you can feel some more power and some more engagement in that chest muscle. Oh, look at us. We are so close. Just a few more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Last time for the row on the right side now. So you're going to, again, take that band and step on it with your left foot right under the ball of your left foot. And you're rowing back with that right arm. In 3, 2, and let's go. Then shoulders should be down away from your ears. And you're thinking about that right shoulder blade kind of sliding across your back towards your spine as you pull that arm back towards your hips. Okay. All right, doing great. Only 10 seconds to go here. And 3, 2, and 1. You can toss that band aside. We're going to go into that plank with a cross body knee tuck next for the last 60 seconds here before we get to the bag round. All right, so we are planking and cross body knee tuck in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, keep it up. We're halfway through here. So keep those hips as low as you can towards the mat, even as you're bringing those knees up towards the opposite elbows. Ooh, final 10 seconds. You can do this. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Everything is about the bag. So I'm going to quick run through the exercises we're doing instead of doing them together with you right now, so you can make a decision on what kind of weight you want to use. So we're going to be doing 60 seconds of curtsy squats on with holding the weight like this. The second one is a chest press. So we're gonna have a band around our wrists and we're gonna be on a chair like this, chest pressing with the weight. The third exercise is gonna be an upright row. We're gonna be going rowing like this. And the last is gonna be kind of like doing a exercise for our core, almost like the bicycle, except for your feet are gonna be moving together, holding the weight up like that. So you need to take a second and make a decision about what weight you are using, but we're gonna get started in a second here with the curtsy squats. All right. All right, so we are gonna go grab that weight. You're gonna hold it at your chest, like so. Hug it like you love it. And we are taking one leg back. Take the right leg back behind and tap. So I want you to imagine your torso being straight up and down, like when you lower your body, because you're sticking that leg behind you, that you're lowering your body between two panes of upright glass. Like there's one in front of you and one behind you. And you are sliding down in between them. Switch legs. Now that left leg goes back behind. Really brace your core here. So anytime you're kind of doing a squat with a weight in the front, super important. Keep that core tight. Last 10 seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so in addition, I showed you that chest press, but we're gonna make it a little harder. So you can use lighter weight than you might do for a chest press, because what we're gonna do is take at least medium, if not a heavier band, and have some tension on our wrists like this as we're pressing up. So that's gonna add a whole different twist to the exercise. So everybody get their weights there. Everybody got it? Okay, so we're gonna get in position. Just the head and the very tops of the shoulder blades should be on the chair. And we're gonna press in 3, 2, and 1. So you want there to be some good tension on that band. Also, let's think about what I mentioned a couple minutes ago with that straw being stuck up in your armpit. And as you raise and lower that weight, you are pinching that straw in your armpit. And that will give you some extra chest activation with this exercise. You're doing so great. 20 seconds to go. Don't forget about what the hips and the core are doing here. They are staying pressed up hard towards the ceiling. So there's some core glute work happening here. Squeezing the glutes, getting those hips pressed up as far as you can away from the floor. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. All right, upright rows are next. You can get rid of that band around your wrists. And we are upright rowing for the next minute, starting in 3, 2, and 1. Really stick your chest out here too. Pull those shoulders back. Give yourself some good back activation here. All right, halfway through the interval. Nice, everyone has such great form. Keep it up. Last 15 seconds here. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the mat. You're gonna have your legs up in the air as well as your arms. Arms are just constantly holding that weight, not moving. You're gonna put your feet together and draw the shape of a star with your feet. So what's most important here, we're starting in 3, 2, and 1. What's most important here is that your low back stays glued to the mat. So the bigger star that you draw, the more challenging this exercise is for your core. And the closer your feet are to the ground, the more challenging it is. But make sure that your back just stays glued against the mat, that low back. Okay, 15 seconds left. All right, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we're gonna go for a curtsy squat now. Grab that weight, hug it to your chest. And we're starting in 3, 2, and right leg goes back behind and you're tapping it behind you. Remember, your torso is sliding down in between 2 panes of glass. One is right against your nose, the other one's right against your butt. So got one in front and one in back. So you're staying nice and upright. And switch legs. Left leg goes behind. Okay, 10 seconds. Keep moving. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, grab that band for your wrists. If it felt easy last time, grab a heavier band to put around your wrist. We're going to do that chest press with that weight on the chair. And we're starting in 3, 2, and 1. Remember to keep those hips pressed up to the ceiling the whole time you're doing this chest press. Excellent work, everyone. Halfway through. All right, pinching that straw in your armpit. Great, final 10 seconds. Keep moving, you got this in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, great job. We're gonna do our upright row next. So grab your weight for that. And we're starting in 3, 2, up we row. So our next round of work is our final round. It's going to be with a wall. So we're going to be using the wall in some way with every exercise. Great. Keep those shoulders back and that chest pressed out for these last 20 seconds here. Let's make them good quality reps. Also keep those shoulders down away from your ears. They really want to come up with this exercise because you're raising your arms anyway. So they want to come up along for the ride, but try to kind of consciously press them down as you're raising the weight up. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, excellent. So we're going to head to the mat now for the last exercise of this block for our drawing the stars with your feet. Arms are up. Okay. And we're going in 3, 2, and feet together, drawing that star shape. So this is mostly a lower abdominal exercise. Holding the weight up like this does give us a little extra work to do in the upper torso. But mostly we're concerned about that low back being pressed against the mat as we do this to really have control of what's happening in the lower core. Okay, 15 seconds. Less than 10. See lots of happy feet on the screen. Keep drawing your star. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. All right. So next round, we're going to be doing a fire hydrant bird dog at the wall. So we're going to be grabbing a light band. And also this is going to be 45-second exercises. So a little bit of a break there. So we're going to be grabbing a light band, putting it just below your knee, like so. Okay. What you're going to do is position yourself on all fours so that your hand, when you reach out, those fingertips are barely grazing the wall in front of you, like so. And what we're going to do is do a fire hydrant with one leg, so, and the opposite arm reaches out to touch that wall each time, like this. So everybody grab that light to medium band to place below your knee. And we're going to get on all fours. And we're going to start that exercise in just a second. Everybody looks like they are pretty much set to go there. So you got all fours, you are positioned. So when you stretch the arm out as far as you can, you're barely touching that wall. And we're going in 3, 2, 1. Take that left leg out, right arm to the wall. And we're going to switch halfway through the interval here. Really keep your core tight. So even though that left leg is going out, the hip shouldn't lift or roll up away from the mat. So really try to make sure the movement is just in the leg and not your torso twisting. Switch sides. Left hand taps the wall while the right knee lifts into that fire hydrant move. Three, 2, 1. Okay, now we're going to do some wall push-ups. We're going to do wide and narrow wall push-ups. So let me just show you real quick here. What you need to do for that to make it more or less challenging, I think you're going to take your legs away like this and do a push-up like this, and then wide push-up, and then narrow push-up. So you need to pick a distance from the wall that you can come all the way till your nose taps the wall. And then when your arms are out wide, all the way till your nose taps the wall as well. So you may need to do a couple of reps to kind of figure out your leg positioning, but everyone's going to be able to find a spot that works for them. Your particular flavor for this morning. So we're going to get going here in 3, 2, and narrow push-ups and wide push-ups. So you want to press away hard enough that you kind of swing away from the wall. So those narrow push-ups, your thumbs should be actually touching each other. And then the wide push-ups, you want to have your hands a couple inches out away from your shoulders. So pretty wide distance there. Okay, 15 seconds. Keep going. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Next up, you're going to take your lightest band or your next to lightest band. We're going to put it on the wrists here and do a wall sit while we are abducting like this. Okay. So we're going to be sitting at the wall, and we're going to be taking our elbows back, tapping the elbows on the wall behind us. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. So you're sitting down. Head should be against the wall, Shoulders should be against the wall. And you are squeezing those shoulder blades together as those arms separate from each other. And you're tapping each elbow on the wall beside you. Good. Final 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we are to the core exercise. Still going to use the wall for reference here. So I would like you to lie on your back, reach those hands, scoot to where you can barely even touch the wall with your hands. And then we're going to do a dead bug. So you're taking the opposite arm and leg out like this. Okay, so we're going to get started in 3, 2, and opposite arm and leg are moving out. So same thing like I was emphasizing with the star exercise here, really important what's happening in the low back, because you may feel as you are taking your leg out and straightening it that low back starts to arch off the mat. So try to be aware of that and press it back into the mat. And you're reaching those fingertips back until they just graze the wall. All right. Keep a lot of core tension here. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay. We are just going to go back and repeat the last 2 exercises of the round here. So grab your band for your wrists. We're going to go back to the wall sit and taking our arms out to the side. And then we're going to do dead bug one more time. So grab that band on your wrists, take a seat at the wall. We're going in 3, 2, and elbows tapping on each side. All right. We try to make your head and shoulders in contact with the wall. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as those hands separate. Last 10 seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Let's do our dead bug. Last exercise of the day. Let's make it a good one. Really, really try to feel that core tension. So position yourself so your hands, fingertips are just grazing the wall. And we're starting in 3, 2, and go. Opposite arm and leg extending at the same time. So this should feel, as you separate the arms and legs, you should feel tension kind of rise up your core, mostly in the lower, but also you should have a lot of tension in your upper core too. So really bracing your abdominal area, like you're doing a plank. Last few seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job, everyone. Great job. Let's stay on the mat for our first stretch. Straighten out that left leg. Pull the right knee into the chest. And then what I'd like you to do is rotate that right knee left over the left side of your body, towards the left side of the mat. Keep pulling it over until you feel a good, comfortable stretch in that right hip. If you don't feel it in your hip, you can kind of play with the angle of your hip. You can bend your leg in more toward your chest or push it away from your chest. But either way, rolling over like this with that that right knee is going to give you a good right hip stretch. Hang out here and take a deep breath. So would you believe Monday is our next Fitcamp and also the last Fitcamp of June. July Fitcamp starts next week already, a week from today. So I'm going to get that sign up ready in the next day or two. So those of you who are going to join me in June can hop on. It'll be the same schedule as this month, Mondays and Thursdays at 7 a.m. Switch sides, right leg is straight, left knee bent under the chest, and rotate that left knee over to the right side of the mat. And hold that stretch there. So, you know what that means. The last workout of the month, we will repeat the fitness assessment from the first workout of June. That portion of the first workout will repeat. So we're going to be doing those donkey kicks and the push-ups and the rows and checking to see if we can beat our numbers from the first exercise, the first workout we did this month, which we've been practicing those things every session. So I know some of you will see one of those areas improve. And I'm excited for you to see that. All right, we're going to move on to our next stretch. Take your chair and you're going to kneel in front of it. Put your elbows on the edge of the chair and just let your head sink through your upper arms like this. So what this does is you should feel like a nice stretch in your shoulders, maybe your neck and upper back too, but definitely in the shoulders. Okay. Right. Now we're going to move on to our last stretch. Again, this is going to be kind of neck shoulder. So I'm going to have you take like a light to medium band and step on it with your right foot. And essentially what you're doing here is just providing an anchor for that right shoulder. And you're going to lean your left ear to the left shoulder. So what this is going to do is give you a nice upper back trap shoulder stretch. Everything in here should feel nice and stretched out from this. And also try in this position, try to not let your shoulder cave forward, but really kind of roll it back like that. And that's going to kind of intensify this stretch that you feel in that area. So we planned a pretty good picnic today, I thought, but what I would like to also plan is another happy hour. So I think I'm going to just include a link on the email I send out today, so you can say which day works for you best, just to try to take a poll and figure out a day I can choose when the most people can be there that want to be there. Switch sides. So now you're going to step on the band with the other foot. And that same side, holding on to the band, and then rotate the right ear to the right shoulder with your hand holding on with your left hand. And let that shoulder kind of pull back to roll that shoulder back. Good. Thank you everyone who keeps sharing pictures for the rainbow photo contest. My daughter's going to be drawing a lucky name next week from that contest. But in the meantime, I would love to see more pictures. So anyone who wants to share, keep sharing your rainbow pictures. Makes my day to see them. I love it. And that's it. We've done it again. Okay. Thank you. Have a great weekend. And I will see you on Monday.